Welcome dear students. This video is based on Act 1, Scene 1, Part 2, line 28 till the end. We have to start with the speech of Gonzalo, an important speech of Gonzalo. I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he had no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. Make the rope of his destiny our cable. For our own doth little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable. So, the very two important lines are given in the beginning. It can be used for quotation, so you can underline that. And now coming to the meanings, important meanings. Drowning mark stands for signal of death. Complexion stands for appearance. Gallows means execution, or the other way round, to hang till the person dies. Hang till death, that is the sense. So Gonzalo is an old counselor, okay, and he has learned a lot through life, okay. He is an experienced fellow, and this is the reason, looking at the attitude with which boatswain is targeting to save the ship, he can make out many things about him. So what are those things which he can make out related to boatswain? First of all, he says, I have great comfort from this fellow. So comfort is, he says that I have great comfort is, I can console my heart that this fellow is so hardworking, he is going to save our life. His complexion is perfect gallows. The way he behaves, the way he talks to the noble people, he is sure that he is going to die by being hanged. Okay? Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. O destiny, favor us and let him die by being hanged. Let him be executed in this way. So anyhow, he is targeting, Gonzalo is wishing that the fellow should be hanged, in a way targeting that he is successful in taking the ship to the lands. Make the rope of his destiny our cable. Let the rope which he is using, let the rope which boatswain is using, his sailors are using to save the ship, become our hope to save our lives. And this is going to work as our advantage. And I just wish that this fellow doesn't die here and is successful in saving our lives. Exeunt. Re-enter boatswain. Boatswain, down with the topmast, yare, lower, lower. Bring her to try with main course. So here we can see that how boatswain is dedicated towards his work of saving the ship, and he is giving instructions to the sailors. And here you can find out many of the particular words which are used by the sailors out there, and this also gives us an idea that Shakespeare had a sound knowledge of a ship at sea. So here, coming to the line spoken by boatswain, he is giving the instruction and he is suggesting his sailors to take control over the ship. The topmast of the sail should be taken under control, and the work should be done without delay, and everything should be under control. A cry within. Now what is happening inside the ship? Within the cabins, the people out there, they are howling, crying, yelling, shouting. Why? Because they are fearful that they are about to die. A plague upon this howling. They are louder than the weather or our office. Now, plague is a way of cursing somebody, and they here stands for the passengers. Then you have at the end weather or our office. So we are at our work. So boatswain, when he hears this chaos being created within, so he is annoyed. Why? Because he feels that he is being disturbed, and that is the reason he curses those passengers, and he says that the way these passengers are behaving, they are hindering my work. Re-enter Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give over and drown? Have you a mind to sink? Now, while he was cursing the passengers, at that very minute, Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo appear on the deck, and he again gets annoyed looking at these three, and he says, why are you all here? Are you all set to get drowned, to get killed? Have you decided that you are wanting to die here in the deep waters? Sebastian. Now Sebastian, he gets annoyed and he starts abusing this boatswain. Now let's see what words he speaks. A plague over your throat, you bowling, blasphemous and incharitable dog. Now here you have plague. We have already discussed in the speech of boatswain. Plague means curse. Okay. Then bowling means unrestricted. Bowling means unrestrictedly shout or too noisy. Blasphemous stands for unholy, irreligious, or something that is offensive to God. Incharitable dog stands for discourteous or unkind. So Sebastian starts misbehaving, he abuses boatswain, and he says, may curse fall upon you, oh you fellow, you are extremely noisy, and you are the one who is totally irreligious and discourteous. Boatswain in return gets annoyed. He says, okay, fine, if I am bowling, blasphemous, incharitable dog, then why don't you come in my place and save the ship? Antonio also adds up to the way Sebastian was behaving. He adds up more and misbehaves once again with boatswain. He says, hang cur hang, you insolent noise maker, we are less afraid to be drowned than thou art. So he also says, curses him, and he says, may you be hanged, O dog, you rude noise maker. So insolent stands for rude. Cur we have already discussed. Hang cur hang, you insolent noise maker, we are less afraid to be drowned than thou art. Cur stands for dog. Insolent means rude. So here Antonio, adding to the abusive ways of this Sebastian, he also starts cursing boatswain. Instead of praising boatswain for his hard work, they start cursing him, misbehaving with him, and he also adds up saying that may you be hanged, you dog. You are really a rude noise maker, the one who creates a lot of noise, who keeps shouting and yelling. You are such a harsh, misbehaved person. It seems that you are more scared to die than we are. Gonzalo, I'll warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell. Now looking at the behavior of boatswain, the way he was talking to Antonio and Sebastian, he is much assured, and he takes guarantee now within himself that the fellow is not going to die there in the waters. He is surely going to die on the land. How? We have already discussed that he is going to be executed. So the dedication with which this boatswain was working makes Gonzalo once again believe that there is guarantee that they are not going to be drowned. Although the scenario present out there is totally a contrast. The ship is, it seems that the situation is worsening minute by minute, seconds by second, but still something within Gonzalo is telling him, guaranteeing him that they are going to be safe and sound. Why? Because of the hard work presented by Boatswain. Boatswain, lay her hold, set her 2 courses, off to the sea, lay her off. So Boatswain, once again, he avoids these people, that is Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo, and he is speaking, instructing his sailors, and he says that keep the ship sailing into the wind, keep it sailing according to the winds, okay? Control the foresail and the mainsail of the ship, keep it towards the sea, let her off. Let her off is means let it move, make it move, okay? Let it not drown. So he is just instructing through these lines. Re-enters mariners wet. So mariners all of a sudden enter the scene, the stage, and they are again all depressed. They are sounding a bit depressed. Why? Because they feel that the ship is not under their control anymore, and only one thing can save their life. Everybody on the crew can only be saved if they are going to pray to Almighty God. So mariners all lost, to prayers all lost. Boatswain, what? Must our mouths be cold? So Boatswain, what are you all saying? Have you decided that we are going to die? Gonzalo, the king and prince at prayers, let's assist them, for our case is as theirs. So Gonzalo also seeing to the situation, he says, finally let's go down to the cabin. There King Alonso is along with his son the prince, that is Ferdinand, and as they are praying to God, let us also assist them, means join them, accompany them in their prayers, because it seems the situation is worsening and only our lives are in the hands of the Almighty God. Sebastian, I am out of patience. So Sebastian also is totally disheartened, and he says, now I am getting out of control, I have lost my patience. Antonio, we are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. This wide-chapped rascal, would thou mightiest lie, drowning the washing of 10 tides. So once again Antonio is here just putting all the blames upon Boatswain, and he says whatever wrong is happening, it is just because of this fellow, this officer out here on the ship. It seems that he is the one who is responsible for taking away our lives. He only knows one thing, that is that he speaks a lot. So the meaning of wide-chapped rascal is wide-mouthed rascal, the person who talks a lot and does not show any action. Okay, would thou mightiest lie, drowning the washing of 10 tides. So finally he curses him once again, and he says, may you be drowned here in these deep waters, and let 10 tides have washed over you. Okay, so you go deep into the waters and even the tidal waves do not resurface you. That can be the other meaning of it. Gonzalo, he'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swear against it and gape at widest to glut him. So hanged yet means destined to be hanged. Okay, then you have the word glut. Glut is engulf him, swallow him. So Gonzalo, although the situation is going bad, okay, it is turning bad, but still something within him is making him believe that they are not going to die there in the waters. They are not going to, the ship is not going to sink there in the deep waters. Although the scene is the contrast, and it seems that the sea waves are opening their mouth to swallow the whole ship along with the crew. So here it is personification. A figure of speech has been used. The personification has been used. Gape stands for open mouth, wide open mouth, and this is the reason it has been treated as a human being, and that is the reason the figure of speech personification has been referred here. A confused noise within. Mercy on us. We split, we split. Farewell my wife and children. Farewell brother. We split, we split, we split. Exit boatswain. So within the cabin there is total chaos. Everybody is yelling and shouting. Why? Because they can make out that the ship is now at the verge to finally wreck. Okay, to be broken. To be split is to be broken. Okay, and there is no chance for them even to go to the lands and meet their wife and children, and that is the reason they are bidding goodbye to everybody. Why? Because they are not having any hopes left to be alive. And after this, exit boatswain. Antonio, let's all sink with the king. Sebastian, let's take leave of him. So both Antonio and Sebastian have also made up their mind that their last has come, their end has come. So they decide that they should be by the side of the king and meet their end. Exeunt Antonio and Sebastian. The last speech now is of Gonzalo, which is once again a very important speech spoken by Gonzalo. Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furze, anything, the wills above be done, but I would fain die a dry death. Now give here is exchange. Furlong stands for a measure of distance. Acre is the area of land. Barren is the unfertile land. Okay, then heath is standing for low wild plants. Then you have furze. Furze is for spiny shrub or gorse. Then you have wills above. Wills above is said for will of God, whatever the God wishes. Then fain, the last line stands for fain. Fain means gladly, and death is death means to die on the dry lands. Dry death means to die on the dry lands. So here, coming to the end of the scene, the last speech is spoken by Gonzalo. So he is just his last prayers to gods are that he is wanting to die on the dry lands. He is wishing that God listens to him and makes him die on the dry land, and he says that I am ready to exchange these vast areas of land only in exchange of an acre of unfertile land. I am ready to go ahead and exchange. Why? Because I am not willing to meet my end here in the waters, but I want to die on the dry lands, and for that particular purpose I am ready to do anything. I can even exchange. I am prepared to take unfertile land, a small area of land, a small unfertile area of land, and in exchange of that I am ready to give away these vast, that is thousands and thousands of distance covered by this vast sea. And thus the scene ends. Exit. Next we have some important short questions as well as the essay type questions.